Welcome back to another tutorial of stuff y'all didn't even ask me for. This one is going to be for cheek contour. Again, same concept as the last one. I just want to kind of put it out there and kind of like claim this method as like, this is the way that I do it before like one of the big beauty gurus discovers it and puts it out on video and like, this is the new way that we're doing it now, even though I have been doing it that way for years. There's a few things like that. That's why I'm putting it up there. We're gonna be starting off with I use the Physicians Formula in the Butter Bronzer, but you can go ahead and take any bronzer that you like. I take a nice angled brush and I put it on just in the whole area, right? It's gonna give me like an overall bronzed look. And as I'm putting it on, I don't know if you're noticing or not, but this is just an angled brush, a fluffy angled brush. I got it from Lorella Cosmetics. When I'm putting it on, when I have it more towards the back of my cheekbone, I have the brush flat, and as I come down, I kind of angle it so that I'm using just like the tip of the brush. So I kind of do it like in this method so that I have more bronzer concentrated back here and it kind of comes down like more like an angle. So keep that in mind. And of course, you gotta get the temples and my awkwardly small forehead. Even though I don't have a big forehead, I kind of feel like I still have to bronze my forehead because if not, I feel like I'm not doing it right. So then the next step after that is I take my Get Snatched palette from Lorella Cosmetics. They have a lot of sort of like brightening powders along with contour powders. If you don't have this, I, for the longest time, just used a brown eyeshadow. This one is a L'Oreal in Deep Mocha, and it's a dark brown shadow, okay? So you don't want to use very much. Again, with this one, it looks like I haven't even touched it, but I've been using this for a while now. And all you need, because typically with like darker shades, you only leave just a little tiny bit because dark shades go a long way, especially with Lorella products too. That's one thing I love about Lorella products. They have like really good pigment and all their stuff. So I have one little tiny dab in that color and one little tiny dab in that one because I like the two colors blended together. Again, just a little bit of product goes a long way. So with this dense little, I don't even know what kind of brush it is. It's just like a dense dome brush. I got it from Target. It's a Sonia Kashuk brand. And I start at the very back of my cheekbone area and I brush backwards. But as I kind of like waste the product off onto my face, then I slowly bring my brush a little bit farther and a little farther down. So again, we start off in the back and I brush backwards. I don't do the forward motion like a lot of people do. I don't know why. It's just what I do and I like the way it looks. So again, we waste most of the product towards the back and then I slowly kind of bring my brush a little farther and a little farther down. And come back. Look how much more of a difference that made. Again, up here in the temples and on the forehead. But, yeah. If you want to do downwards, I guess you can go ahead and do that. But again, I go backwards. I don't know why I do that. I just do. And as I'm putting this one in, you can see like, say like this is my cheekbone area right here. I'm kind of doing it on like where the bone is like coming up. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to do like in the hollow of my cheeks. I kind of feel like that will bring you down a little bit more. So instead of doing it in the hollow of the cheek, I do it more where like the bottom of the bone is, if that makes sense to you, if you know what I'm trying to say. And then with that same little fluffy brush, kind of just help fluff it all together, give it a little bit more of like a smoother transition. Then I like to come in with whatever face powder I was using. Lately, I have been using the Maybelline Stay. It's a full coverage foundation powder. And I take the shade, well, I actually use two because the mix between these two are just a really good like, combination for me. So I use the lighter of the two shades. And from there, I just give me one of these to kind of clean up the bottom a little bit. Blend out this little front part so it's not such like a harsh ending. Go ahead, top it off with your favorite blush. I did forget to mention that as you're putting the big one on with the big fluffy brush, you want to start more of like a higher area on your face and then you want to come down. That way you have like an angle going on so that it looks like your face is lifted. When you're doing the dome brush with the darker, this one too, you want to start a little bit higher and bring it down so you have like an angle going on. So I went ahead and finished with the rest of my face, and as you can see, I now have fake cheekbones. Hope this helps.